Hey guys, so welcome back to the Q with Q. It's me, Quentin or Q, and this is going to be so short and so sweet and to the point. I don't know how sweet it's going to be, but it's going to be so to the point because I am still baffled. I'm literally baffled that Trump is still in office. Literally baffled. Last week, we heard the president on tape talking to Bob Woodward, a reporter, and letting him know that he knew exactly how dangerous the coronavirus was. Literally, this is not he say, she say, hearsay, rumors, gossip, a whistleblower. This is none of those things. This is this man in his own words say that he knows how dangerous this virus is. And yet, and still, day after 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 day. I'm being annoying intentionally. After day after day after day after day after day. Denied the seriousness of this virus, took no responsibility, did not uh, bring together a plan, taunted people who wore masks, pushed pseudoscience, wondered out loud if we could put disinfectant into our lungs for a cleaning, and he's still in office, knowing that he did those things every day in the name of quote unquote not wanting to cause a panic when Americans were dying every day, and he still has a job. His party has not bucked him. The blood of these Americans is on his hand and is on the Republican Party's hand. And I don't say that lightly because I could say it's some blood on the other side too, but we're talking about coronavirus right now. You knew. We have you on tape. You knew. And this is what you do. And even after we find out, you then go have indoor rallies. You still put people in danger. How dare you? You are a well, you have a leadership position. I was about to say you are a leader. You have a leadership position. How dare you endanger the lives of the people that follow you? Now, what I'm not going to do is ever waste my time arguing with somebody that support him. But what I will do is argue how immoral and wrong it is for him to still have these rallies. Do these people have personal responsibility for showing up? Absolutely. I'm not negating that as well. Absolutely. But you are the person that is in the leadership position. You are supposed to be the leader. And you know and knew how dangerous this virus was and is. And yet you chose to spread propaganda and you still choose to act as if it's not a thing. We have fallen far. I don't have I'm black. Everybody know. Hey, how y'all doing? If you didn't know, I'm black, very, very black. Proud to be black. Ain't never want to be nothing else but black. Black is beautiful. Ah, my melanin and my black. And so I have a perspective of this country, although uh, this country has a lot of good. So let me be clear. This country has a lot of good. This country has a lot of freedoms. This country can be great, not in the way Trump talks, can be. But I have a different worldview of America, right? Living in a society in which my people are oppressed, living in a society in which we get disproportionately gunned down by cops, disproportionately taken advantage of by lending institutions, disproportionately getting second rate or third rate, fourth rate education, disproportionately being affected by debt, disproportionately dying from COVID-19 and other comorbidities in vast and various arenas. So I say this with um, I say this coming from this position and this worldview. This country has fallen far. We had Richard Nixon on the tapes a couple decades ago. He was done, wiped out, and done for. Get out of office. You're not fit. And that was over a Watergate break in. Let's be clear. That was over a break in. That was over some political shenanigans that was going too far. So, in retrospect, this is really Richard Nixon is nothing. Like now, history has changed. Literally, Richard Nixon. I know we all learned it because everybody you talk to, everybody learned about Richard Nixon and Watergate. Everybody learned about I am not a crook. Everybody learned that. Compared to what we're dealing with now, Richard Nixon shouldn't even be taught about in schools anymore. Like, I mean, teaching in schools. I'm not calling for the abolition of history, but I'm just saying, in comparison, these two things, like this man knew and allowed Americans to die on his watch daily. Daily. We just commemorated the 19th anniversary of 9/11. How dare you even utter the words never forget while we are having 9/11 type death 2 and 3 times over every week? I mean, like, I don't understand. I really don't understand. Well, I understand, but I don't understand. I get it, but I don't get it. We as a society have fallen very far. This experiment of electing someone who does not have, you know what? I just had a whole different thought, but this experiment of electing someone that does not have uh, civic and civic engagement experience or public servant in experiment experience. Sorry, I'm getting worked up, choking over my words. Someone who has not been in the political fray, this is a failed experiment. And what came into my mind, which really threw off my tract of thinking, was you shouldn't even have to be politically engaged. You shouldn't even have to have been a congressman or have been a city councilman or mayor to know that your people are dying and do nothing. All you really have to do is have a heart. That's really all you need in that instance. People are dying every day. Families are losing loved ones. Friends are losing friends. Places of employment are losing their workers. Outside of just layoffs, I'm talking about the deaths in this example. Communities are losing their members. This is life. How, in one breath, are you so hardcore pro life, but won't work to protect the life that's here? And this is an easy win with coronavirus. We saw it coming from halfway across the world. This would this loss of life didn't have to happen. And please don't take my words as somehow uh, when I say how can you be pro life, we've talked about me and my stance on pro life before. So please don't take that as me either switching sides or joining a bandwagon or anything like that. But how dare you keep it consistent? That is my view. Keep it consistent. How can you, if you are concerned with life from the womb, you must be concerned about it from the tomb and everything that falls in between. Everything. And I can go through a list of them from kids on the border or black people getting shot in the street or the quality of people's life. I could do all that. But this death didn't have to be. This death was prevented, and we have you on tape admitting to it. The case is closed. We no longer lead the jury. The judge can issue the sentence because you've confessed to the crime. You have failed, Donald Trump, in faithfully serving as the president of the United States. You have failed on many things, but this you have failed. And I don't understand why he still has a job. That is what I don't understand. Now, let me tell you why I do understand it. Because I know they can be, I don't understand the humanity in what's going on, the heart in what's going on. I understand that his supporters will still be there and they're still with him. So the Republican Party, they are beholden to him because they don't want to lose the base. Intellectually, I understand that. I don't understand how y'all are allowing him to allow people to continue to die. That is what I don't understand. It's the core of it. While we heard him pushing for schools to be open, knowing that kids were affected, how do you have a job? This is a failed experiment. America has stooped, fallen very far, and I just don't understand.